Former cops know the ins and outs of the system, but what happens when they take down their corrupt counterparts? Here are 4 times when former cops destroyed corrupt cops instantly.
Well, we're gonna find out.
That's it, sir. Nobody's in trouble, okay? Listen, nobody's in trouble. Sir, put the gun down! Sir!
This is former Officer Ronald Eric. On December 7th, 2021, a neighbor of a former police officer, Ronald Eric, called the cops to raise her concerns about Mr. Eric's opened garage door despite not being able to see him for the last 2 days. Mr. Eric is an 80-year-old police veteran and resides in Longcrest Drive, Hillsborough. After receiving the call, Officer Anastasia Castillo from the Hillsborough Police Department responded to perform a welfare check at his premises. Officer Castillo met with the neighbor, put on latex gloves, and prepared to assist Mr. Eric, believing he may have experienced a medical emergency. The deputy entered the home, actively searching and announcing her presence throughout. Little did she know that the encounter was about to destroy her.
Does he have dogs or anything?
I
Don't think so?
No, he didn't have he used to have dogs, but no.
Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office.
Who's there?
Sheriff's officer. It's Deputy Castillo.
I've got a gun. You better get the hell out of here.
Sir, are you okay? Sir, Sheriff's office. It's a sheriff. Put your gun down. It's a sheriff's office, sir. Step up, my 94. Okay, I'm staying right here. Put the gun down. 10-4, subject's armed. Hey, put your gun down. Sir, put your gun down. Sheriff's office. I'm announcing myself. He's armed with a gun.
You're out of here. What?
Sir, put the gun down, please. Hey, watch it when you come up the stairs. Sheriff's office, sir, put the gun down, please. Sir, I just want to make sure you're okay. Please put the gun down. Sir, please put the gun down. Sir. Sir, please put the gun down. Sir, can you please put the gun down? You're not in trouble. We just want to make sure you're okay. Sir. Sir, put the gun down, please.
I'll tell you what you do.
No. Please put the gun down, sir.
Come out in the open and sit down.
Sir, put the gun down, please.
Sit down or I'll blow you right out of
Sir, I don't want to do this. Please put the gun down. Sir, put the gun down, please. Hey, step it up. He's on the stairs with the gun. When you come up the stairs, he's going to be to your right. I'm going to be in the bedroom on the left side. Sir, put the gun down, please. Listen, sir, I just want to make sure you're okay. That is all. Your neighbor was concerned about you.
Well, we're gonna find out.
That's it, sir. Nobody's in trouble, okay? Listen, nobody's in trouble. Sir, put the gun down! Sir! Sir, put the gun down.
Who the hell do you ask?
Sir! Shots fired. Shots fired. Subject's down.
Officer Castillo used her flashlight to signal that she was a deputy in uniform. She assured Mr. Eric he wasn't in any trouble, but he continued to advance toward her, eventually cornering her in a bedroom where she had no way to escape. The situation escalated, and Officer Castillo fired shots at Mr. Eric. Mr. Eric was pronounced dead immediately following the incident. Officer Castillo was placed on paid administrative leave. The proceedings of this case are not certain. If you think this was the only cop who destroyed corrupt cops, wait until you watch this next case.
As police officers, we don't walk around at 12:30 at night in the morning, walking in between houses.
I wouldn't walk between the houses. I was by the like I couldn't keep going, so I walked up between the houses. That's it. I mean, that is it.
This is former Officer Jeffrey Pelo from the Bloomington Police Department. In June 2006, a woman reported someone knocking on her door, prompting an officer to respond and find Mr. Pelo near the scene, which raised suspicions. Mr. Pelo was arrested and linked to multiple assault cases. He was connected to previous assaults where victims described a masked man forcing them to bathe after the attacks, and several victims identified him. During the interrogation, Mr. Pelo, fully aware of his rights, attempted to use his knowledge of police procedures to his advantage, repeatedly asking for clarification on his status. He explained that he had been walking near a lake, claiming he was interested in buying property for his mother. This story the interrogators found suspicious and further questioned him. He also mentioned walking between houses due to a drainage issue, but was interrupted by a barking dog and an officer insisting he wasn't doing anything wrong. Watch how the interrogation unfolds.
No, what's going on? Okay, we'll talk about it, all right? This isn't the way we want this to happen, all right? We wanted you to come down here and all kind of stuff, we said, chat, all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. You know, you wrote down the singer, the manager. And as you know, we have rules that we have to go by. Just as, you know, you're very familiar with all this stuff, you know what's going on, kind of stuff. And we want to talk about what's going on because we're not absolutely sure what's going on. Okay. What are you talking about? I have to read your rights first. Yes, of course I do. Okay. And those rights in mind you wish to speak with. About what? Okay. Last night, all right, there was an issue that came up, right, out on the southwest side of town, all right? You know what I'm talking about? I want to hear what you have to say about it, and I'm really hoping there is a good explanation for it all. Did you meet up with the police officer last night?
You're talking about Zena.
Yes.
When I was walking around by the lake, looking at the lake down there. Again, I drove down there, I couldn't sleep. All right, houses come up for sale in that area all the time. I'm interested in buying my mother-in-law a house. She lives up in Ridley. She's, she's poor, she's on fixed income. I wanted to move closer to us. Houses come for sale, there's a townhome right there for sale. It won't work, but anyway, I was looking to see what kind of access went down to that lake, that's all. All right, I was starting to walk around, parked, walked down, looked at the lake. When I was leaving,
Where'd you park it?
I don't know the name of the street.
But it wasn't right there where you were at.
It was by the lake. That lake goes behind those houses.
You know, you understand how difficult the situation this is for everyone involved, including yourself.
Really?
All
Yes,
right?
I understand.
And irregardless of what, our feelings are towards each other and that kind of stuff, I think we've always got along. I think we've always been able to speak openly about that. There are just some things that happened last night that just doesn't add up. And you know, Jeff, you know, as a former investigator yourself, that there are things that we know, okay? Such as the way that you met up with David, you know? I mean, you freaked him out. You freaked him out. Why would you be in between two houses looking at
Because I couldn't keep going straight. There's a drainage thing that goes down the lake. I couldn't keep walking. So I walked up, the dog started barking, and oh hell. So I walked up between the houses, gonna go to the road. All right. He comes around, I thought maybe it was the homeowner. I was like, I don't want to startle, He startled me, so I turned to walk back down. He said, stop, please. I was like, oh, hell, it's gone. I turned around and walked back.
Jeff, well, you know, as being a police officer, that kind of thing is not within the norm. We don't, as police officers, we don't walk around at 12:30 at night in the morning, walking in between houses.
I wouldn't walk between the houses. I was by the lake. I couldn't keep going, so I walked up between the houses. That's it. I mean, that is it. That's it.
Think about what you're telling me.
I am thinking about what I'm telling you, the truth. I went down there, looked, what kind of public access is down there? I walked, I started going to the west side, but there's fences and I was, oh hell, and I come back around the other way. All right, again, I can't go no further. There's a drainage thing that comes down and fills that like overflow, I guess, I don't know, whatever it is. So I started, the dog started barking, so I walked up between the houses, go up to the road, and yes, to be on the road, so I'm not walking up between, it's just.
Wait a minute. But you weren't on the road until
I was going to the road. All right, that's where I was walking up to, was go up to the road. Walk down to my truck and drive away, because I was done looking at the lake. There's no access going down to the lake, so.
Okay, Jeff. We're past the point of you were there, right? You readily admit that you were there.
Yes.
In between those two houses.
Yes. All right, I was just walking from the lake up to the.
Okay. If you get a call of someone walking in between two houses at 12:30 in the morning,
I don't know what call brought him out. Yes, of course.
I mean, the person who called this in has every right in the world to do this. We're getting two different ideas of what terrorizing somebody is. You keep on saying, I didn't do anything to that woman. I
didn't do anything to anyone.
Okay. I'm not saying that this person was, someone broke into her house or anything like that. All right. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that she was physically attacked or anything like that.
Whatever. I have nothing like that.
Right. However, but for a young female, having someone looking in her windows or trying her doors is
But I didn't do anything like that. All right? I didn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
All right? I wouldn't do anything like that.
Jeff.
I simply looked at that lake, walked up between those houses. Right? If the spillway wouldn't have been there, I'd have walked around there. I didn't do anything wrong. And you understand do anything to anyone. Period. I don't know. I didn't do anything to anyone. Period. Period. I didn't do anything to anyone. And you're gonna have. You know that the best places to clear things up are right here. Yes, you're right. There's nothing to clear up. There's nothing to clear up. I mean, there's nothing to clear up. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything to anyone at any time. And that's the story we're going to say. It's not the story, it's the truth.
Because that's what we're gonna say. If it comes to a point where we have to go to a judge, you can say, I didn't do it.
Tell the judge the same thing I've told you. The only time I walked between those houses, I walked from that lake up towards the road. That's it. That's it.
You're just not listening to reality. You're just not listening to reality. The only thing you can say is I walked from the lake between the houses. However, I have a police officer, I have a victim, I have you mentally in the area. It's not looking good for Jeff Pelo.
I did not do anything to anyone.
And this is just a case of mistaken identity.
I didn't do anything to me. I didn't do anything to anyone.
That's what you say. Those cliches.
I did not do anything. I did not do anything to anyone.
That your guts are just screaming at you.
No, they're not. Because I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything to anyone. Period. I didn't do anything to anyone.
Anything to drink or anything?
Interrogators intensified their questioning of Mr. Pelo, highlighting how his behavior appeared suspicious from an outsider's perspective. Despite this, Mr. Pelo continued to deny any involvement in criminal activity, growing increasingly frustrated and insisting that he had not terrorized anyone or engaged in illegal actions. He remained adamant in his claims of innocence, even as evidence against him piled up, refusing to admit to any wrongdoing throughout the interrogation. However, in August 2008, he was found guilty of 35 charges. He was sentenced to an astounding 440 years in prison. If you think this was the maximum former cops can destroy corrupt cops, then you probably aren't aware of this next case.
Hey, let's see your hands, man. Get up. Nigga. Turn around. Get on your knees.
This is former cop Chris Luttrell. On August 8, 2021, an accident occurred near Rio Rancho, New Mexico, reportedly involving a drunk driving incident. Mr. Luttrell rear-ended a white truck and then fled the scene. Following the crash, Mr. Luttrell sped away, appearing visibly disoriented and believing he was being chased, possibly due to a head injury. Watch as the police apprehend the former officer.
for your hands, man. Get up. Negative. Turn around. Get on your knees. Your hands. Frank 155, one in custody. No.
Frank 155, one in custody.
One 193.
Yeah. Chris? Luttrell?
Yeah.
Do you want to be the Volkswagen? It's going to be a Christopher Luttrell. Boy, that's what we have. Yeah, fine. What's your guys' location?
We are
like
2 houses east.
Horses up the car.
Let's go, bud.
attention? No, I'm not. Shots in the head. Other side. Spin the car real quick. Double check. Have any knives, guns, bombs?
Busy for a couple hours.
Grab a seat.
Mr. Luttrell describes that he felt as though someone was chasing him after the crash, which caused him to flee the scene. He admits to taking a blow to the head and feeling disoriented, acknowledging that he experienced dizziness following the impact. Watch how the encounter ends.
All right, again, sir, you're under arrest for leading a scene of an accident and for driving while under influence, intoxicating liquor and/or drugs. The New Mexico Implied Consent Act requires you to submit to a breath test to determine the alcohol content of your blood after you take our test. You have the right to choose an additional independent test. If you choose to take this additional independent test, you have the right to a reasonable opportunity to arrange for a physician, a licensed nurse, or laboratory technician or technologist who is employed by a hospital or physician of your own choice to perform an additional chemical test. The cost of this additional test will be paid by the law enforcement agency. Do you agree to take our test?
I'll take it.
You'll take it?
Alright, why don't you send it on to these cuffs or something? I just want you to know, like, we understand your knowledge and your level of defensive tactics, right? So, just be cool with us. We'll be cool with you. Okay. So long, Chris. You doing, man? Bad day?
That was a good day. Work's going good.
Mr. Luttrell was arrested and taken into police custody. He was charged with DWI, leaving the scene of the accident, and aggravated refusal. If you think this was the last former cop who destroyed corrupt cops, then you probably haven't heard of this next case.
I'm just being stupid, I know.
It ran all right.
I'm former law enforcement, I know that.
Are you really?
Yes, sir.
Well, I understand why you're former now.
This is former officer Stephen Lowell Sale. On July 22, 2022, Arkansas State Police Trooper Corbin Freeman pulled over Mr. Sale for driving extremely fast. Mr. Sale allegedly rode a motorcycle at 150 miles per hour in a 75 mile per hour zone. Trooper Freeman had to accelerate his cop cruiser up to 150 miles per hour to pull Mr. Sale over. Watch what happens when Mr. Sale finally pulls his motorbike over.
We're stopping here at Kenley.
Here. We'll take you through rather than 1243. Come on.
Put your hand behind your back. What's wrong with you?
My bike wasn't running right. You take my helmet off. Can't breathe.
630 East Lake Chester, Arkansas. Charles 498, that's for 6298, and we all silver, Nissan.
Well, when you're doing 150, you probably can't breathe too well, huh?
Oh, that ain't the problem. Sit up.
Sit up.
Come on, front, please.
Thank you, DC, though. I said it's very good.
Front's got to come off first, please.
Where?
The front's got to come up first.
This?
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry, it wouldn't run. I'm trying to get it to run.
Oh, it ran all right.
I'm just being stupid, I know.
It ran all right.
I'm former law enforcement, I know that.
Are you really?
Yes, sir.
Well, I understand why you're former now.
Trooper Freeman immediately handcuffs Mr. Sale when he pulls over. The officer confirms that Mr. Sale wasn't actively fleeing, but highlights that it required speeds of 150 miles per hour to catch up to him. The ex-cop holds a concealed carry permit, and the officer mentions that an EMS team is on the way to assess his arm. Watch how the traffic stop ends.
I promise you that.
Well, we've had people run in handcuffs before.
Oh, I know.
I'm not saying that
I've been there doing that too. I understand. That's it. It's a damn stupid. Get it, people.
Coming down, he's getting off from 167, coming this way. He looks over at me like this. Looks back straight, he hammers down on it. Takes off. We're doing 150. Once we get about to he was going to try to turn around and go back home, he said. But we got about here. And he goes to pull over. He tries to go lay it down. Cuts his hand. He used to work at Saline County. Sheriff.
Deputy?
Yeah. Said he's retired.
Well, he knows better.
But here we are.
What all is he getting?
Well, he's not getting a felony fleeing because I don't think he was actually fleeing from me. I don't think he saw me until I finally caught up to him, but it took me, 150.
Reckless or...
Yeah, he's got reckless and, insurance tags, speeding. He's got a scratch on his arm. He's just bleeding a lot, so I didn't feel I had something. Fire tags, insurance, speeding, and reckless. Right? Hey, fire. Fire. 9/6/22, 1:30 p.m. Placer County. All that number probably on Monday. Correct. Like so. Cut you and you break. I might take you to jail. Right. I swear me, you could not let me catch you doing this.
Right. I got this. Stupid shit.
Well,
it's trying to blow the damn sewer out of it, being a dumbass.
No, I can't be doing that. All right. Let them look at you.
Nobody called for my own.
Trooper Freeman cited Sale for speeding, 150 miles per hour in a 75 miles per hour zone, reckless driving, driving without insurance, and failure to register the vehicle expired tags. The officer reassures the ex-cop that he won't be taken to jail and allows medical personnel to evaluate his injuries. It's surprising to witness officers being unfair to citizens, only to be corrected by veterans in their field. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Goodbye!